Listen carefully, because this is not just philosophy. This is survival. Discipline your mind, because the body will only ever follow where the mind dares to go. Every action you take, every habit you build, every challenge you face, it all begins here, inside your head. If your mind is scattered, your body will stumble. If your mind is weak, your body will break. But if your mind is sharp, focused, unshakable, your body will become a precise weapon, a disciplined servant, carving through obstacles like a blade through silk. You are not born a master. You become one through conscious choice, through relentless practice, through the art of shaping your thoughts, your emotions, your will. You are the master, or you are the slave. You either command your mind, or you are dragged by it. You either shape your destiny, or you are shaped by your weakness. Choose right now. Because once you understand that the body only follows the mind, you hold the key to transforming your life forever. Most people lose the fight before they even step into the arena, not because they are weak, but because they allow their own mind to defeat them. Before they take the first step, their thoughts whisper, "You can't do it," or "You will fail." These little voices of doubt grow stronger every time you listen to them. But hear me now, you must silence that voice. You must replace "I can't" with "I will." This is not just positive thinking. This is mental discipline. Every single day, you need to speak to yourself with power, not weakness. Tell yourself, "I am capable, I am focused, I am strong." Stop feeding your mind excuses like, "I'm too tired," or "It's too hard," or "Maybe tomorrow." These are the lies that keep you small. Instead, speak to yourself with clear and firm commands. "I will do this today. I will finish what I start. I will not quit." Why? Because your body is always listening. If your mind sends out signals of weakness, your body will follow and give up. But if your mind sends out commands of strength, your body will rise to meet them. The first battle is always inside your own head. And if you win there, you set yourself up to win everywhere else. Think of your mind like a sharp blade. If you leave it neglected, if you let it rust in distraction, laziness, or scattered thoughts, it becomes dull and useless. But if you take time every day to sharpen it with focus and discipline, that blade becomes powerful, able to cut through challenges with ease. Many people make the mistake of thinking that success comes from doing more effort, more movement, more action. But that's not true. It's not about doing a lot of things. It's about doing the right things with precision. Without clear focus, you end up wasting your energy, running in circles, and making little progress. When you train, don't just go through the motions. Don't throw a punch just to throw it. Punch with intent. Punch knowing why you're doing it. Every movement, every action should carry meaning. You should be fully present, fully aware of what you're doing and why. Where your mind focuses, your body naturally follows. But if your mind is chaotic, thinking about too many things at once, distracted, unfocused, your body becomes clumsy, your actions become sloppy, and your time is wasted. So discipline your mind to aim your attention like a laser. Focus on what matters, cut out the noise, and move with purpose. That's how you stop wasting time and start making real, meaningful progress. Most people believe pain is something to avoid, something bad, something that signals you should stop. But I tell you this, pain is not your enemy. Pain is one of your greatest teachers. Without it, you do not grow. Without it, you stay soft, weak, and untested. Whenever you push your body or your mind beyond what's comfortable, you will feel discomfort, soreness, even frustration. That's normal. But here's the key. Instead of running from that discomfort, you must lean into it. Understand that pain is a signal. Not that you should quit, but that you are stepping into new territory, stretching your limits, building strength. The undisciplined mind sees pain and immediately says, "I can't handle this." The disciplined mind says, "This is where I grow." Every time you feel that burn in your muscles, that mental exhaustion when you're studying or practicing, that moment when you want to give up, that is the moment you're being shaped into something stronger. Without pain, you stay in your comfort zone, and nothing great ever grows there. True discipline means welcoming the struggle because you know it's making you better. It means turning hardship into fuel, turning setbacks into lessons, and turning pain into progress. Remember, pain is temporary, but the strength it gives you lasts. Let it teach you. Let it sharpen you. That's how you become resilient, both in body and in mind. Let me tell you something most people never realize. If you live your life depending on the approval of others, you will always be their prisoner. You will never feel free. You will never truly know your own strength. Why? Because you are constantly adjusting yourself to fit into other people's expectations. And that kills your discipline, your focus, and your power. Most people are driven by the need to impress. They want to be liked, to be praised, to be admired. They worry, what will they think of me? What if they don't approve? What if they don't clap for me? But listen closely. The disciplined mind doesn't ask those questions. The disciplined mind asks only one thing. Am I true to my purpose? When you detach from the need for external approval, you stop wasting your time and energy on things that don't matter. You stop overthinking every move, worrying about how it looks or how others will judge you. You stop chasing validation from people who probably don't even understand your path. This doesn't mean you become cold or arrogant. No, it means you become focused. You become centered. You learn to walk your path with quiet confidence, knowing that you are responsible for your own growth, not for entertaining the crowd. Think of it this way. A tree does not need applause to keep growing. The sun does not need to be admired to keep shining. And you do not need approval to keep becoming stronger. You need discipline, commitment, and the ability to stand alone when necessary. So I challenge you, look inside. Are you doing things to impress, or are you doing things to express who you truly are? Are you working hard because you love the process, or because you want someone else to notice? Detach from external approval, and you will unlock a new level of mental freedom and power you never thought possible. Because once your mind is free, your body can move without hesitation. No fear, no doubt, just pure, unstoppable focus. Let me tell you something few people understand. You only have so much energy each day. It's not unlimited. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel, they all pull energy from the same limited source. And here's the tragedy. Most people waste that energy on things that do nothing but drain them and hold them back. They waste it on anger, lashing out over small things that won't matter tomorrow. They waste it on frustration, getting stuck on problems they haven't even tried to solve. They waste it on gossip, on comparing themselves to others, on replaying past mistakes, on worrying about the future, on overthinking, on scrolling through meaningless distractions, on chasing shallow pleasures that leave them emptier than before. And then at the end of the day, they wonder, why am I so tired? Why can't I focus? Why do I feel stuck? The answer is simple. They have no control over their energy. A disciplined mind, however, understands that energy is power, and power, when scattered, becomes weak, but when focused, becomes unstoppable. Imagine a powerful river. When its waters are spread thin across the land, they are gentle, harmless. But when those same waters are focused into a narrow channel, they cut through rock, They carve valleys. They shape landscapes. That's what happens when you master your energy. You stop giving your power away to pointless arguments. You stop reacting emotionally to every minor annoyance. You stop letting other people's opinions control your mood. You stop wasting your attention on distractions that bring no real value to your life. Instead, you choose where your energy goes. You protect it. You conserve it. You guard your mind the way a warrior guards a fortress. When you wake up, you decide, I will put my energy into what strengthens me. I will put my energy into my training, into my craft, into my personal growth, into my goals. I will not waste this precious fuel on things that weaken me or waste my time. Understand this deeply. Discipline is not just about controlling your body. It's about controlling the flow of your inner energy. Anyone can push themselves physically for a short time, but without mental discipline, they burn out, they get tired, they lose focus, they quit. Why? Because their energy is leaking from 1,000 cracks. But when you master your mind, you seal those cracks. You become intentional. You become someone who knows when to act, when to rest, when to fight, and when to walk away. You become a person who can hold their ground when provoked, who can stay calm under pressure, who can push forward even when tired, because you know how to save your strength for what matters. Every time you react without thinking, you lose energy. Every time you obsess over things you can't control, you lose energy. Every time you overthink or complain, you lose energy. But every time you pause, breathe, and refocus, you gain it back. So I challenge you. Look at your life carefully. Where are you wasting energy? Where are you pouring your power into things that drain you instead of things that grow you? Make the decision to cut those leaks, to reclaim your power, and to channel it into what will truly make you stronger. Because once you control your energy, once you stop wasting it, you will be amazed at how much progress you can make. You will stop feeling exhausted, scattered, or overwhelmed, and you will start feeling powerful, clear, and unstoppable. Many people think that to live a free life means doing whatever you want whenever you want. No rules, no restrictions, no plan. But that's an illusion. Freedom without discipline is just chaos wearing a mask. True freedom, the kind that makes you strong, focused, and fulfilled, comes only through structure. Without structure, your life becomes scattered. You wake up and drift through your day without clear purpose. You jump from one task to another, pulled by distractions, reacting to everything but creating nothing meaningful. You get to the end of the day exhausted. But when you look back, you realize you accomplished nothing that truly matters. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. And suddenly you wonder why your dreams are still out of reach. Discipline of the mind means you take charge and build a framework for your life. You stop leaving things to chance. You stop waiting for motivation to strike. You design your days intentionally. You create daily habits, rituals, and systems that support your long-term goals. This isn't about making life boring or robotic. It's about knowing when to train, when to rest, when to focus, when to reflect. It's about creating patterns that guide you so you don't waste time deciding what to do next or wandering in uncertainty. When I became Bruce Lee, it was not because I waited for inspiration to appear. It was because I built myself, brick by brick, through deliberate practice, through structured discipline. Every day, I had time carved out for physical training, mental study, personal reflection, and creative exploration. I didn't guess my way forward. I shaped my own path through repeated, intentional action. Structure also brings mental clarity. When you have a system, your mind is free from the constant noise of decision fatigue. You're not sitting there every morning asking, "What should I do today?" You already know. Your system guides you, giving you space to focus your energy on doing the work, not thinking about the work. This saves you enormous mental energy and keeps you moving forward steadily. But here's the important part. Discipline doesn't mean rigidity. It doesn't mean locking yourself into a system so tight that you can't breathe or adapt. No, discipline means having structure that serves you, but still remaining flexible within it. Think of it like this. A martial artist trains in strict forms and routines, but when they step into the fight, they flow, they adapt, they respond to the moment. That's the balance you want. Structure on the outside, flexibility on the inside. Without structure, you dissolve into chaos, scattered, distracted, and powerless. But with structure, you turn into a force of nature, precise, sharp, purposeful, adaptable. You become someone who knows how to move intentionally, not randomly. So I challenge you today, look at your life carefully. Where is there chaos? Where are you wasting time, energy, or potential because you lack a system or a plan? Where can you build structure to support your growth? Whether it's your morning routine, your training schedule, your daily habits, or your long-term goals, it's time to take control. Build the structure that holds you steady. Strengthen the routines that sharpen your focus. Protect the systems that keep you moving forward. Because once you create structure, you stop drifting and you start designing. You stop reacting and you start commanding. You stop living by accident and you start living on purpose. That's the power of a disciplined, structured life. And it's how you unlock your true potential. You've heard me say this before, be like water, but many people misunderstand what that means. They think it's about being soft, passive, or going along with everything. That's not the lesson. Let me explain it to you clearly, because this is one of the most powerful principles of mental discipline you will ever learn. Water is soft, yes, but it is also one of the strongest forces on Earth. It shapes mountains, it cuts through rock, it carves canyons over time. It can be still like a calm lake, or it can be fierce like a crashing wave. Water adapts, but it never loses its essence. It stays true to itself while transforming its shape to meet the challenge. Discipline of the mind works the same way. You must learn to stay flexible and adaptable without losing your focus, your purpose, or your command over yourself. Life will not move in a straight line. Plans will break. Unexpected problems will come. People will disappoint you. Situations will change. If you are rigid, you will shatter. But if you are too loose, you will lose your direction. To discipline your mind is to develop both strength and flexibility, to know when to stand firm and when to yield, when to hold your ground, and when to move around an obstacle. You become like water, able to flow around barriers, yet powerful enough to break through them when the time is right. A weak mind panics when things go wrong. A disciplined mind remains calm, observes, adapts, and continues forward. A weak mind becomes stuck when the path changes. A disciplined mind says, if I can't go through, I'll go around. If I can't go over, I'll go under. But I will keep moving. But here's the secret. Even though you flow like water, you remain commanding. You do not surrender your will or your vision just because circumstances change. You don't let life push you into surrender. You stay true to your values, your goals, your essence, no matter what shape you take on the outside. Think about this carefully. A river never forgets it is a river, no matter how many twists and turns it takes. A wave never forgets it is part of the ocean, no matter how it rises or crashes. You too must never forget who you are, no matter what form you take, no matter how life challenges you. Mental discipline is not just about controlling your habits or your schedule. It's about controlling your identity, your inner truth, your unshakable purpose. You can change methods, change strategies, change approaches, but your core remains strong, clear, and firm. That is what gives you real power. So I ask you now, are you rigid and afraid to adapt? Or are you too passive, bending to every pressure around you? You must learn the balance. Be soft, but strong. Be flexible, but focused. Be adaptable, but commanding. When you master this lesson, you become unstoppable. Obstacles don't break you. They shape you. Setbacks don't defeat you. They refine you. Life's challenges don't drown you. They sharpen your flow. Remember, water is humble, but it's mighty. It doesn't need to shout to prove its power. It simply moves, shapes, and transforms everything in its path. Be like that. Be water, and watch how nothing can stand in your way. Most people live split in two. Their mind in one place, their body in another. They are distracted, divided, unfocused. Their mind wanders while their body moves on autopilot, and this separation weakens them. They lose precision. They lose power. They lose presence. But when you align your mind and body into a single unified force, you unlock a level of strength and mastery most people will never experience. This is not just about discipline. It is about integration. It's about making sure that when you act fully, completely, with your whole being behind every move. When you train, don't let your mind drift. Don't throw punches while thinking about something else. Don't lift weights while your mind is lost in your worries. Don't run while daydreaming about what's next. Be fully there. Feel the movement, the breath, the energy. Let your mind command the body, and let the body reflect the mind. Why does this matter? Because divided attention is weak attention. Divided energy is weak energy. When the mind and body are not working together, you leak power. Your movements become sloppy. Your focus becomes dull. Your progress slows down. But when you bring them into harmony, when your mind is sharp and your body responds with precision, you create something extraordinary. This alignment also gives you something rare. Presence. Presence is the ability to fully experience each moment without distraction or fragmentation. It means when you speak, you are fully present in your words. When you train, you are fully present in your effort. When you rest, you are fully present in your recovery. You are not always rushing to the next thing, always trapped in thoughts of past or future. You are here, now, fully alive, fully engaged. Bruce Lee was not just fast, not just strong. He was fully present in every movement. That's what made him extraordinary. He didn't waste his strikes, his energy, or his attention. He acted with unity, with intention, with complete integration of mind and body. And that's what I want you to learn. Stop living split in two. Stop letting your mind and body be strangers. Bring them together and become unstoppable. Here's how you start. When you train, focus. Leave distractions behind. When you eat, eat mindfully. Don't scroll or rush. Experience the moment. When you rest, truly rest. Don't lie down with your mind racing. When you work, work fully. Don't split your focus between tasks. Every time you practice this, you strengthen the bond between mind and body. You increase your focus, your power, your presence. You become sharper, faster, more precise. You stop wasting energy on things that divide you, and you start channeling your full force into the things that matter. So remember this. Your body follows your mind, yes, but your greatest strength comes when they move as one. Integrate, align, focus, act with your whole being. When you master this alignment, you become something rare. A person whose thoughts, actions, and spirit are fully unified. A person who moves through life with clarity, strength, and unstoppable purpose. That is the level of mastery I want for you. That is the level of mastery you are capable of. And it all begins the moment you decide to stop living divided and start living whole.